Welcome to the Global Skill Development Council, your gateway to digital transformation. We are an independent, vendor-neutral ISO IEC 1024 accredited certification body committed to helping individuals and organizations stay future-ready in a rapidly evolving world. GSDC is accredited by the Accreditation Board for International Certification Bodies, ABICB. For 10 years, we've certified more than 100,000 professionals across Europe, North America, Asia, and Africa, with our offices in Switzerland, the United States, and Singapore. Our programs are recognized by leading publications and podcasts, including Forbes, Tech Target, People Managing People. We offer 100-plus globally accredited certifications across emerging and in-demand domains like generative AI and emerging technologies, HR and learning and development, project management and agile Scrum, ISO and quality management, information security. Each GSDC certification is designed to empower professionals with confidence and help organizations stay competitive in a fast-changing landscape. Every certification is crafted with insights from 100-plus global advisory board members representing top universities and leading industry experts. Our certified professionals are trusted by 500-plus multinational companies, which help unlock better roles, faster promotions, and delivering cutting-edge expertise. We partner with 100-plus authorized training partners and 50-plus universities, supporting talent across all career levels, from entry-level to executive leadership. As a GSDC member, you gain lifelong access to interactive webinars, hands-on workshops, SME panels, and global summits. Join a vibrant community of 25,000-plus members and be part of our global events. Check our reviews on Trustpilot. We're trusted worldwide for quality, support, and impact. Whether you're aiming higher or building tomorrow's talent, GSDC is your partner in purposeful growth and impactful leadership. Visit our website to explore our offerings. GSDC, share the best practices and learn from the best practices. Welcome to the Global Skill Development Council, your gateway to digital transformation. We are an independent, vendor-neutral ISO IEC 1024 accredited certification body committed to helping individuals and organizations stay future-ready in a rapidly evolving world. GSDC is accredited by the Accreditation Board for International Certification Bodies, ABICB. For 10 years, we've certified more than 100,000 professionals across Europe, North America, Asia, and Africa, with our offices in Switzerland, the United States, and Singapore. Our programs are recognized by leading publications and podcasts, including Forbes, Tech Target, People Managing People. We offer 100-plus globally accredited certifications across emerging and in-demand domains like generative AI and emerging technologies, HR and learning and development, project management and agile Scrum, ISO and quality management, information security. Certification is designed to empower professionals with confidence and help organizations stay competitive in a fast-changing landscape. Every certification is crafted with insights from 100-plus global advisory board members representing top universities and leading industry experts. Our certified professionals are trusted by 500-plus multinational companies, which help unlock better roles, faster promotions, and delivering cutting-edge expertise. We partner with 100-plus authorized training partners and 50-plus universities, supporting talent across all career levels, from entry-level to executive leadership. As a GSDC member, you gain lifelong access to interactive webinars, hands-on workshops, SME panels, and global summits. Join a vibrant community of 25,000-plus members and be part of our global events. Check our reviews on Trustpilot. We're trusted worldwide for quality, support, and impact. Whether you're aiming higher or building tomorrow's talent, GSDC is your partner in purposeful growth and impactful leadership. Visit our website to explore our offerings. GSDC, share the best practices and learn from the best practices.
Hello everyone, we'll be starting a session now. Please allow me to share my screen. Here we go. I hope my screen is visible to you all, and thank you very much joining today's session. And I welcome you everyone to GSDC Certified Learning, Mastering the Art of ISO 42001 Audits, with a theme that is achieving excellence in ISO 42001 audits, strategies for compliance, risk management, and continuous improvement. My name is Preetham. I'm going to be a host for this session. If you need any assistance during this session, you can reach out to the chat box and it will be taken care of by me. Thank you very much. So yes, I'm really excited to host our Mastering the Art of ISO 42001, and today we'll be having fourth session. This is scheduled from 22nd to 26th September, and tomorrow we'll be having last session. We have this amazing panel of experts lined for this entire webinar series. Also, today we'll be having Ritvika Banerjee with us. She'll be taking us to the topic that is effective data collection and evaluation in ISO 42001 audits. So, before she could start with her session, I would like to introduce our hosting organization, GSDC. We known as Global Skill Development Council. We are vendor agnostic, vendor neutral. We are globally recognized certification body, and we are accredited by NSI and ABICB and supported by World Press Hub. We do have 100 plus certification portfolio, and we have certified more than 250,000 professionals worldwide. We have 500 SMEs. Those are subject matter experts. They work with us closely to design our deliverables. And we are associated with 1,000 multinational corporates and 500 Fortune companies and 50 plus universities across the globe. And I'm very proud to inform you all that we do have 100 plus authorized training partner across the globe. We have partner in Asia, Africa, Canada, America, and many other countries. So would love to thank you, those who have joined us through our training partner channel. In case if you're looking for any training program for yourself, I'll be sharing the link in the chat box. You can reach out to our training partner to inquire about the training program that you are looking for. A special thanks to our official media partner, World Press Hub, for covering all our events and press releases. As I mentioned earlier in my previous slide, that we do have 100 plus authorized training partner, and we do have 100 plus certification portfolio with us. So yes, this certification includes certification related generative AI, agentic AI, ISO related certification, generative AI in risk and compliance, cyber security, PMO professionals, instructional designer, and so on. So in case if you are looking for any of this certification in order to enhance or upskill yourself, you can definitely reach out to our learning advisor, or you can explore our website, that is www.gsdcouncil.org, to get more details on it. What benefits you'll be getting with this certification? You'll be GSDC's member for a lifelong. With that, you'll be getting certificate upgrade. You'll be having free access to all our events, workshop, boot camps that we do conduct, and you'll be getting free access to all exclusive learning program that we have. Along with that, you'll be getting implementation resources, speaker invites, and newsletter. Isn't it great? So do grab this opportunity and do sign up yourself for this certification in order to upskill yourself. So without any further delay, let me tell you all more about Ritvika. So Ritvika is an Indian women leader in cybersecurity with over 15 years of top MNC experience. A nominee for the Padma Shri Award in 2020, she has made significant social contributions by spreading cyber awareness among women and children. A specialist in AI for cybersecurity, she has been an integral part of GDPR task force and multiple GRC innovation initiatives at Accenture, TCS, and Wipro. She holds degrees in electrical engineering and MBA in InfoSec and MPhil and numerous industry certifications, including certified ISO 42001 lead implementer. Let's give her a warm welcome, and it's very proud to have you, Ritvika, with us today for the session, and you can take the handover of the virtual mic now. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Pritham, for wonderfully presenting what GSDC does. And I really got myself aware about your different offerings. And I'm really thankful to you and your entire team for inviting me for this discussion today. And I hope this session today will be helpful to all. And Looking forward to some good questions. So it is an interactive one. We get to share some good topics and questions and queries as we go. Just give me 1 minute. I will be sharing my screen. Preetham, you can confirm once my screen is visible to you.
Absolutely, yes.
I hope my screen is visible to all.
Yes, we can see your screen.
And it's in full screen mode?
Yes, yes, it is.
Okay, thank you so much, Preetham. So
No.
good morning, good afternoon, good evening to one and all who are here joining live right on this session. And I'm sure it's going to be a great interactive session. I'll be looking forward to your questions. So you can post it in the chat box, like already said by Pritham. And if you want me to, to answer your questions right in the middle of my presentation, you can go ahead. I don't have any problem with that. Okay, so the topic, it's quite interesting to me, honestly. I have been a part of the IT audit segments, be it from cybersecurity or let's say quality audit, or be it a data quality audit. So we have been working as part of the audit and different kinds of assessments, gap assessments we have been doing. So far, until 2023, things were a little different, right? So we used to focus more on the technology side. Whatever evidences we used to collect, whatever walkthroughs we used to conduct, everything, the entire focus was on technology side, collecting data, gathering evidences, conducting sampling, and lots of things. I'm not there to get into that direction, but 2023 actually marked a big change in the trend, in the practice of IT audits. Specifically speaking, the data explosion which just happened with the, say, the new AI applications started pouring in, new AI engines started taking up the market. We started working on importing our data from the cloud or the legacy servers to AI-backed, say, application servers and whatnot. Entire IT infrastructure started seeing a massive change, massive jump. Something similar which we had seen if we just look back, say, around 15 years, roughly 15 years, when cloud computing was taking this market. So right at this point, artificial intelligence or AI is sort of taking that peak. Now, the moment there's a technological upsurge like AI, as auditors, we too have to cater to the speed in which data is changing, the data landscape is changing, and the way wherever, we are all talking about data, anything and everything in terms of measuring data. So for auditors as well, it has become extremely crucial and extremely important that how are we catering to this data explosion when we are conducting audits, right? So today's discussion, we are going to focus completely on the standard which talks about setting up the first artificial intelligence management system, which is AIMS. So AIMS is to be built, like if we have somebody from the quality background or from cybersecurity background, we can very much relate to this to ISO 27001, where we used to talk about setting up and maintaining an information security management system, and which is of course an auditable standard. Similarly, look into the quality. So it's quality management system, which we talk about in ISO 9001, and similar there are other standards as well. So now is the time when we have started talking about building and maintaining an AIMS, which is Artificial Intelligence Management System. Now, when we talk about AIMS, the standard which we refer to is ISO IC 42001. The primary difference here, which has, if we just look back the other previous standards which we have for similar management standards and within ISO specifically, the focus, like I said, was completely on the technology. We were not considering the social side of technology. This is, to be very honest, the social impacts of technology. except in certain risk management areas, specifically speaking, enterprise risk management, ISO 31000, it does talk about and touch upon to certain extent, but not as extensively as ISO 42001. Now, why do I say this? This is because if I go to my agenda slide, it's not, just give me a sec. I'm resharing my screen. That's stuck. Yes, I hope it's moving now. So I'm at my agenda slide. So just look back into ISO 27000, ISO 27001 when we talk about ISMS. We have a complete structure which has evolved over the years. Now here in 42001, which got released in mostly in an evolving state till now, it is not yet it's completely full grown as matured like as of 27001 or 9001 standards. But in 2023, we got the first publication where we are talking about AIMS. Now, what does AIMS mean? AIMS is something that's very similar to security management system, but where we are talking not just about how do we use or how do we deploy artificial intelligence in different of the IT infrastructure. We are equally focusing on the ethical or the responsible usage of the AI engines as well. This is something which is very new for all technical, I'll say for all the IT auditors. We have been doing a lot of assessment programs across our career life, right? So my topic today, like I've been invited to say, is like effective data collection and evaluation in ISO 42001 audits. Now, if I just try to defragment this topic, what is that common thing that hits us the most from this topic itself? There's only one thing which is getting repeated every time. What is that? Data. Because AI, if you look into the different types of AI, right? So when we say AI is not something which we have discovered suddenly in 2020, right? It has there in say 1955 when Dr. McCarthy had first coined this word artificial intelligence until I'll say 2020, 2021, what by AI, what we used to mean the research side, the scientific side of development and modifications and the kind of gradations of the systems, the overall computing systems or the decision-making systems, which were used through different artificial intelligence technology. But if you just look into what changed or what brought this sudden explosion in data was the advent of quantum computing. The entire speed of computing systems changed, not just changed, exponentially changed. And that had suddenly helped this artificial intelligence technology to come up with certain high-speed delivery, high-speed creation of contents, high-speed processing of data, and of course, giving us a ultra-modern look and feel in terms of generative AI. If we look into the predictive side, we are talking about, processing data in the speed of light, and we are coming to decisions, we are coming to data visualizations and whatnot. So there are predictive as well as generative sides of AI, which has become an emerging game changer. We are going to say, look into a little more standard from an auditing standpoint. So what is new for us being an auditor in the 42001 standard? Of course, looking into the ethical and responsible use of AI, because AI is growing at the speed of, speed of light. So we have to ensure that whatever data is being generated, whatever data is being collected, evaluated, processed, it is ethically done. And we are responsible for the use of AI engines for whatever purpose it may be. And of course, we are going to check what are the preferred methods of data collection as part of the audit and how do we evaluate such data? What are the parameters which we consider when we talk about data evaluation and data gathering, not just data discovery, also data gathering as a whole. and top priorities from a AI risk management standard, because this is exactly where the main concern lies today. What are the top priorities of AI risk management? The moment we start using AI in any of our IT infrastructure, the first concern which I'm having, I'm getting this question from many of my clients, many of my coaches, that how do I handle the risk which comes to us, which arises after I start importing my data or using different AI engines? What is the level of exposure I have, and what is the risk attached to that? Right. So we'll be touching upon a little bit of that as well. And of course, we'll summarize whatever we discuss throughout the session. I hope this agenda works well with everyone. If you have anything in particular, if you want me to cover, maybe towards the end of the session, if you are left with some time, we can definitely do that. So moving ahead. So why do we call ISO 42001 an emerging game changer? Do you really believe that it's a game changer? I generally ask this question when this is an online forum. I know I can't see you raising your hands or responding to it, yes or no, but I assume that majority will be agreeing to me here. If you're not, you're free to share your view over the chat. So once we go back to the chat, we can definitely get to know your views as well. So I assume at this point that yes, majority of us believe that it's a game changer. But the million-dollar question which comes right now here when we talk about a standard of ISO, which is 42001, what this standard talks about, what is the tone or what is the purpose, main purpose of this standard? So it talks not about setting up just an AIMS. It mostly focuses on responsible usage of AI as a technology. So alternatively, in popular terms, this is also known as the responsible AI standard, though it's not technically correct, I'll say, but still commonly we are referring to it, this standard, as responsible AI standard. And it focuses more on the social impact of the technology. By social, what all things we are meaning here, we'll be touching upon that. Next point, which talks this standard highly, I'll say, focusing on, is like it intends to help organizations perform ethically. Now, when we say ethically, what does it mean? It has to be an objective one. When we are talking about an audit, we cannot use subjective terms like do an ethical risk analysis or do an ethical data discovery program. I mean, what does it mean? So it has to be broken down into operational objectives. So what are the objectives we're going to cover? But on a broad term, what we can say is here, the overall pitch of responsibility or ethical performance is whatever we are performing using AI systems, AI engines, I mean, whatever we are using, it should be used for greater good of the mankind. That's the core thing. So by ethics or ethical usage or responsible usage of AI, as per ISO 42001, is all about use your AI, the power of AI systems, in a way that it doesn't cause any harm to the mankind. Rather, it should boost and ensure greater good to the mankind. So that's the core theme of ISO 42001. We can also call that's an anthem as well. So that's typically what we are referring to. Coming to the next point, another very important point is how much use of AI is permitted so that we are not violating any of the data regulations, data privacy regulations, the confidentiality terms of even ISO 27001 comes with a lot of mandates. So by the usage of AI tools, the AI as a whole AI system, we have to draw a line what is allowed and what is not. So that as an auditor or an assessor becomes the most important responsibility which comes on us. So we need to ensure that they are not limited to use, to develop, to monitor, or to provide products or maybe services as well. Wherever AI is being used is not crossing that line. And that line, how do we ensure? We do have some parameters which we are going to check as part of the data impact, data evaluation parameters. Next, as we see, data is getting utilized. I mean, not just utilized, it's getting created, getting stored. I mean, the entire data life cycle, if we get into, until data is getting terminated or deleted, we are using AI at every stage today. Do we have anyone who has not embraced AI in any of its data life cycle stages? We'll hardly have anyone, right? So even if we do have anyone, it is high time that we have to pull up our socks and we have to get into it. Otherwise, we are going to lose the trade. So that's where we are. So we are increasing, every day we are increasing the use of AI. So the main question which arises here, where do we stop? What are the economic drivers which are pulling us towards this? So AI is increasingly applied across all the sectors, but are we at the right economic point? How much of AI investment is good enough? Is extensive use of AI leading me to a data breach, a massive data breach? That answer is very important. And we are the people who are being asked these questions when you go for this 42,001 audit. We do have some guidelines there. And finally, in the last 2 years, like 2023 is when we got this 42,001 standard live. I mean, it was released. In the last 2 years until now, if we just quickly see a few of the Gartner reports, I mean, and of course, McKinsey reports as well, have we reported any massive data breach because of usage of AI in the, say, data processing or data collection methods? Plenty is the answer. We'll find already breaches have started happening. And we have to also start looking into what is the impact of these breaches on the society. Because 42,001, as I said, the most important stress point of this standard is on the societal impact and the societal challenges. So societal impact was never such an important point of concern for us until now. When I say us, we the IT auditors, of course, not others. So what is the consequence of this increasing AI trend? So all these 5 points have become the guiding principle of ISO 42001, and we really do have answers to all these points when we say. Just to summarize this slide again, when we talk about ISO 42001, the core anthem which we are talking about here is how ethically and responsibly we are using AI engine, the power of AI in our IT systems, right? So with this, I move on to my next slide. So focus more on this. So let's see what ethical and responsible usage of AI we have. I mean, what 40,001 has to say about it. The first point within ethical and responsible usage of AI, which it talks about, is irrespective of what we are working on, it's a product or a service, IT product or an IT service, anything at any stage, if we are using any technology where artificial intelligence is already embedded, that has to be considered. It doesn't mean that a completely matured AIMS system has been already built. Only then 42,001 will be applicable. No, it's not like ISMS. ISMS really talks about at least having a level 1 maturity, a tier 1 maturity before we go ahead with this audit. But here, any usage, any application of AI throughout the product or the service life cycle, wherever it is being used, even if for 10% of the total, say, output, it has to be considered. We cannot ignore. Next, when we are talking about the societal concerns, what exactly does it mean? It does not only mean the concerns by using AI. It also includes, as we mature, as the technology matures, we are also talking about developing the AI systems in the years to come as well. When we are using an AI system today, and let's say 2 years, 3 years, 5 years down the line, I'm sure as we progress with the quantum computing as a technology, AI itself is going to mature. I mean, we really at this point don't know what is waiting for us in the future and what amount of dependency we'll have on AI vis-a-vis the manual, whatever systems we used to have, and human interactive systems. We don't have a clear picture. Nobody can have. We do have a lot of speculations from a lot of technological as well as societal mirrors. But at this point, it is very important for us to focus what are going to be my top societal concerns when we are talking about developing an AI system, not just using an AI system. And this development of AI, technology, the application, whether we are talking about generating content, whether we are talking about predicting trends, or whether we are talking about having bots through AI agents, and whatever we are talking about from the use of this AI, nothing, if you just see, can be possible without data. Data is the core of AI. When we say AI, what do we actually mean? We're talking about excessive processing of data in terms of speed, in terms of quantity, in terms of quality, whatever it is. But if you remove data from AI, it doesn't exist. So bottom line is AI and data science cannot be segregated at this point. Whenever we are talking about managing or handling or using AI systems, we are basically talking about data security or data protection. So side of technical, I'll say the technical or the security controls to protect digital data, digital footprints of data, and across my entire data life cycle, of course, we cannot ignore that. So not just societal concerns, we do have the technical concerns as well, as we used to address this typically in our previous IT audits. But here, if we just quickly look back to, say, ISMS, ISO 27001. Why am I consistently referring to ISMS? Because 42001 sits above ISMS. Because today we can't just go and say that, okay, to become ISMS compliance. No, I cannot ignore 42001 if we are using AI. That's the first clause. So there, we generally consider three aspects of data. And I'm sure almost everyone knows this, but still just for the sake of, say, rekindling the thoughts. The core principle of ISMS is to protect three parameters or three aspects of data. We typically call it CIA triad: confidentiality, integrity, availability, as you rightly guessed. When we started talking about privacy, data privacy, we started talking about the fourth parameter. What was it? It's a sensitivity tag, data sensitivity. So whether that data is private to a person or not. It's a personal data or a confidential data. That typical traditional war game started. So we started talking about four aspects of data. One, confidentiality, integrity, availability, and fourth, sensitivity, which is 27701. Another standard came up just to protect the sensitivity and conduct PIMS, which is Privacy Impact Management System. Now with 42001, we have added the fifth parameter to data. What is that? It's the quality, data quality. Whenever we are using an AI engine, it is throwing me back a lot of information. But how much of that holds value? How much of that is garbage? I really don't know at this point. Nobody's taking that responsibility yet. If you ask me a question, I have answered to all your questions, all your doubts. Whatever you ask me, I can give you an answer. But if that answer is right or wrong, if that answer is ethically correct or not, that checkpoint is still not there. That is where 42001 counts. That's the ultimate objective of 42001, putting a restriction on the data quality to check the quality of data as well. It's not just we're going to check whether a data is sensitive or a confidential data. We also have to ensure whether the data quality is preserved or not, whether it is worth using it or not. Because if the data which has been thrown to us is a garbage, and then we are replicating it, the entire system gets polluted. Right? So we need to ensure the fifth parameter of data as well as part of 42001, which is CIAS and Q. So CISQ has become the core data quality parameters and data collection methods as well, which we are going to these five have become the most important tenets of data management or data governance. Finally, we are also not just talking about irresponsible usage of AI. We can't do that. At this point, we have already understood that ethics and responsible usage of AI is important. So it is integral part of corporate social responsibility as well, CSR, as we in short we keep referring to it. So it is important for us to sensibly use technology, AI, and achieve or try to achieve or deliver greater good to the mankind. So that's the core theme of ISO 42001. Preetham, I'd like to stop here for a minute. If we have any questions, you can just quickly check so we can take it forward here and then move ahead.
Sure, Ritvika. So can see the question that we have got from Arun earlier. Will 42001 helpful for internal LLM of the SaaS product?
The answer is partially yes. I'll come to that question. I have a direct answer to it in one of my next slides.
Wonderful.
Any questions on the societal impacts or how do we measure societal concerns? Any questions around
Okay,
that?
so okay, I can see one question which is related to ISO 42001 enforce data integrity with data partners. How does ISO 42001 enforce data integrity with data partners?
That's a fantastic question. So DSPM, Data Security Posture Management, is one of the key offerings which we have been working on in the IT audit segment, not just IT audit, even the IT assessments as well. So where we are taking a holistic view of how data is being processed, created, managed, stored, and everything, the entire life cycle, and what is the overall posture in terms of 42001. We do have some metrics on that. Do you have any more questions?
Yeah, I can see two more questions right now.
Okay. You take two
So
questions and go ahead.
okay. Arun is asking how about unbiased in AI core concept?
We are going to touch that upon in the very next slide. So I do have a few clauses. So let's just move ahead. And so let's take the final question, the second question.
All right. Yes. What are ethical considerations of disclosing of uses of AI to clients?
Yes. So I'm going to answer both these questions in the next two slides.
Wonderful.
Okay, so looking back to the standard, because auditors, we can't say anything until we see the clauses. So it's very similar to any standard ISO clause, ISO mandatory standards. So here also we have 10 clauses, and all these 10 clauses are mandatory shall clauses. So we don't have a choice here to skip any of these unless these are not applicable. The ones are very similar. I'll just quickly run one by one. Clause number 1 talks about the scope of this standard. Like I said, it includes any systems which is using, developing, or delivering value using AI system. So anywhere, if we have any application usage of AI, will be within the scope of this standard. Normative references and terms and definitions we are quite aware of. Moving to the fourth one, which is context of the organization. If we refer to ISO 27001, here in context, we mostly gather information, the relevant information, the issues, external and internal interdependencies, and all the critical, I'd say it's a stakeholder management, the interested parties, their interest areas as part of this clause. Here, the main target is, apart from whatever we have been doing till now, we have to include what is the social impact of this organization for which I'm going to do this audit in terms of usage of AI. Leadership commitment is pretty same. So we have to ensure that leadership is committed towards responsible usage of AI. Planning, support, and operation, typically it's being done in a PDCA cycle. So we have been planning for the developing and maintaining an AIMS systems and what are the supports we require in terms of resources, competency, and a lot of other factors, whatever we have been gathering as part of ISMS as well. Operation is where we are actually performing the audit and checking whatever we have been cleared so far. So whether we are actually ensuring responsible usage, and if we are doing that, what are the parameters, what are the values, what is my key performance factors, and why we can improve this. So 9 and 10 talks about the evaluation part, and 10 is how do I improve in the years to come. So that's typically the flow of standard for any ISO, and 42001 also follows the same structure. Now, get to the core domain. Now, when we say audit, we are going to perform an audit. What's the first thing an auditor does? We start collecting a lot of information. Information about the organization or the function, about the people, structure, org structure, what kind of client data, kind of clients they cater to, what kind of assets they have, what kind of data they have been processing, collecting, what are the tools, what is the infrastructure, and in and out of that particular organization or the function for which I'm conducting this audit. At the core, what we are doing, we are actually doing data collection. Now, think as an implementer, not just an auditor, not someone who is outside the organization, not a third party, someone who is implementing AIMS within their system. There are thousands of questions which keep coming to us, and those work as the primary inhibitors in implementing or embracing AI. Tomorrow, let's say you are a consultant and you want to help your clients, one of your clients, in embracing AI for, let's say, some document creation. You have a lot of documents to be created. Earlier, it used to be as a long journey, let's say 1 or 2 years piece of work where you are creating thousands of documents, technical documents. It was completely a manual thing. Now, with the help of AI, especially Gen AI, we can do it in minutes. Time has come down. At the cost of what? The risk of exposure. So you will not get an immediate yes, immediate go ahead from your client. Okay, it saves my time, go ahead and use it. You will not get that. Nobody can give you that go ahead. 1,000 questions will strike us. How much is my risk exposure? Because if you go back to your risk management, what is the primary thought? What is the primary objective of risk management, IT risk management? What is my risk exposure value? Think of it when you're openly using AI for all your systems. So I keep getting some questions which are definitely very relevant, as well as I can't say that, no, these are my questions, right? This is a challenge at this point where we are talking about collection of data for conducting AI audits or assessments. So the first question, most common question which I get in any of my initial interactions itself is, what information assets exist in the emerging AI models? Whatever model I'm proposing to them, what is the exposure in terms of what are the information assets do we have? We are going to perform a CI analysis, confidentiality, availability. Well, fine. But in my AI, if you're using an AI data model, am I going to generate new data? Of course, we are. We are giving us short text. It's creating a lot of pages of data. Moment there is an explosive, I'll say, increment of the overall data landscape, my information assets are also increasing. So what information assets exist in the emerging AI models? Are they storing my data, whatever they create? If I ask, say, Copilot to run in the back end of my call, whatever is this happening, this session is happening, create a summary of whatever has happened and give me a summary report, it will give you a beautiful report. But how is this data being stored in the backend? It is getting deleted. What is the policy? So that policy needs to be defined. Who defines this policy? Who owns this? Where does this data go after the call ends? A lot of questions keep. So what information assets exist in this emerging AI models? Next, how to identify sensitive data at scale. Have our answer till how to identify sensitive data, because until now data discovery has been a very common aspect. We have been doing this for years now. We all know how to do that. We have the tools to do that. But why is at scale important here? Because AI is exponentially creating data. the speed of light. So are my tools, data discovery tools, empowered enough to identify the sensitive data at the speed of AI? Is it that integrated? How much dependency do I have? So this is a very big challenge, a very big question when we talk about data collection. So how to identify sensitive data at scale? Next, obvious relevant question, which information assets are publicly exposed to these AI engines? I have a lot of client documents. I have a lot of confidential business documents. I have a lot of confidential and private documents of my employees. I want to understand, okay, so for each of these three types of data, the client documents, the business documents, the HR files, I want to create summary of what all data I have, total how many data we have, and I have to want to get a, say, 1 or 2 slide reporting of the same, just to understand what is the summary. How to do this? If we have thousands of data files, if we have thousands of databases, data stores, I don't know whether it's on cloud, whether it's some in, say, structured form, some in unstructured form, some in some resumes, maybe even in physical printed printouts as well. I really don't know in what stage. Let's say we are in a just starting off with it. Here at this point, if we are going to use AI, not for the printed ones, for the rest of the digital data footprint, which I'm talking of, how much of this data, any tool if you choose, whether it's ChatGPT, whether it's Claude AI, whether it's Copilot, everybody will give you a beautiful summary of whatever you want. But how much is the exposure? Am I able to take that exposure, the risk of that exposure? That is a very big concern, and we don't have a direct answer to it. Related to that, what are the security risks should we prioritize? Until now, we have a clear-cut guideline, 27,005, 31,000, talking about information risk management and enterprise risk management, how to do, what to do, and how to prioritize. We have answers to that. But now, this AI risk management, the ballgame has changed. It has turned to a completely different ballgame. So what are the security risks which are arising out of AI we are going to prioritize? Do we have an algorithm for that? Do we have a guideline for that? We do have, but in partial. How to comply with hundreds of global regulations? I'll not say hundreds, it's even more today. So every day, new regulations are coming in some of the other geography. And we are, let's say, if you are an MNC and if you are working and supporting multi-geography clients, just think of the number of requirements you have to ensure, because your AI engine, is it empowered? Is it undergoing the supervised learning to ensure that none of these regulations, wherever you need to cater to, are not getting violated? What are the mandatory requirements there? How to comply to that? Do we have a compliance dashboard? If yes, how to manage that? How to give me that feed, whether the tool will be able to take care of those guidelines, of those regulations? That's a question. How to evaluate data security posture readiness? So this is the question which actually we got in one of the previous ones. I think Anil, you said, into the name. So how do we evaluate data security posture readiness? Do we know that whether we are ready to embrace AI fully into our entire infrastructure? If yes, how are we going to evaluate what is the risk exposure we have? Have we done those risk audits? If yes, where do we stand? How do you evaluate my security posture, the readiness of my security posture? How can we track data usage through the AI environment? That is $1,000 question, and I keep getting this question at every call. Is there a way I can keep a track? Okay, it started from here, grew till here, and this is the map. Do we have a data map? So intelligent data mapping is being in progress. There are certain tools which are providing that support, but not in full scale. Finally, what security controls or what controls are in place to address the data threats we just identified? All above questions, if you see, are leading to a lot of data threats, which are completely related to the data collection methods. So are they safe, and not safe? What controls or compensatory controls we have to ensure that these data threats are being addressed? So data collection for audits have been one of the key areas as an auditor, and ISO 42001 has some answers to these questions. These questions are where we have to talk about how to evaluate these parameters. So as per 42001, these are the 7 key parameters against which we have to ensure whether the assessment or the evaluation of the data through AI systems are effectively managed. So these 7 factors, these are quite self-explanatory. This availability, please do not confuse with CIA's availability. This is little different. This availability of data ensures where the data in the AI system resides after it is being processed. Is it still available? If it is available, what is the exposure? That's how this availability comes into picture here. Next, resiliency is all same what we have been doing. So how resilient my systems are, no, it's an AI powered system. What is the reliability factor? How good is my quality of output? Is my data quality reliable? If I go ahead and take a decision suggested by my AI system, is that going to impact my business? Is that going to a way that I breach some of the regulations which I would have otherwise complied to? So what is the reliability of the decision given by my AI system or the prediction of the done by my AI system? What is the confidence level? Compliance, like we already said, there are hundreds of regulations which we need to cater to as we deliver excellence to different geographies, multi-geography clients and services which we are offering. So what are the compliance mandatory regulations we have to comply? What are the requirements? And are there any breaches? If there is a breach, shall we consider this as a regulatory compliance effort like we typically do in IT audit? So will there be a 3 months, 6 months, annual cycles like we do for other ISO standards? Safety is very important here. We generally don't get into safety in the other ISO standards apart from a few safety standards. Here it is important. Why? Because we are talking about responsibility. Responsible use of AI. This responsible tag comes with a lot of effect on the safety tag. Safety parameter. Now, safety is life safety here. It typically ensures that we are ensuring or prioritizing life over technology. Security and privacy, very similar to what we have been doing. This security is of the digital footprint in terms of protection of CIA of information assets, and privacy means we are protecting the sensitivity of personal data. So all these 7, all these 7 factors, safety, security, and privacy, we know we have already matured ISO standards respectively for each of these. But the 4 new aspects of data evaluation which got added as part of 42001, I'd say, most important is availability, resiliency, reliability in terms of AI data. AI generated data or AI processed data, not the original data. We used to till now consider the original data to ensure whether it's secure, how to secure, what is exposure, how, whether it's a private data, what are the controls we have and all these things. We generally didn't take care of the system generated data unless syslogs, the things were there. But here we are not just talking about the original data, we are also talking about the AI generated data. So that's our data evaluation parameters. If we just focus is 7 as of now, that's the focus area of 40,001. Next, after we evaluate the data, what is the next step? Though it is not complete, I'll say it is not an exact replica of how we used to do impact analysis in terms of risk management and ISMS. But impact analysis needs to be done because that is where the areas of concern lie. So 42001, if we are performing an AI risk management and we are doing an impact analysis, potential damages have to be evaluated in the parameters which it has been listed on. Financial harm, definitely we are always been doing that. But apart from that, we also include loss of privacy. We never used psychological harm as one of our potential damages till now. This is related to the ethical or the responsible usage of AI. By using AI, is it going to include any psychological damage to the society, to the people? So psychological harm is a new addition. Harm to physical health or safety, this we have been definitely considering as part of physical safety. Intangible property, example, IP theft, damage to a company's reputation. Brand erosion had been a concern, especially for enterprise risk management. Social or political system, this is again a very different approach. Part of it, like I said, we touched upon as part of enterprise risk management, but it was quite different from the way it is being actually evaluated in 42001. So social or political systems, for example, election interference. What is the interference or what is the impact of global election in my company's way of operations? Is there a lot of trust because of that? So that brand erosion in terms of social and political systems have to be included, and this is only for the AI systems, not the whole of it, not the rest of it. And finally, civil liberties. This is again a new one. Human rights related, if you get into the regulations we used to have, we do touch upon these civil liberties. It was there, but it was never a part of the core ISMS and core QMS management systems or the audit requirements. So here we are going to use civil liberties as well as part of evaluating the potential damages caused by the usage of AI systems or AI agents. Example, unjustified imprisonment or other punishment. What is the censorship value? What is the privacy breaches we are? And this list can go on. But civil rights, civil liberties, social and political systems, and psychological harm, mostly these three topics, but these three parameters, while calculating the impact or the potential damage of usage of AI systems, is something which is catered to in terms of when we say responsible or ethical use of AI. Typically, these are the three additional tags. I'd like to take a quick pause here. Do you have any questions at this point? New questions around these topics? Preetham, over to you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Ritvika. So I can see we have got some questions. So I'll be reading it one by one.
Okay.
So, okay. So, okay. Shimul is asking what are ethical considerations of disclosing of uses of AI clients? We have covered this, right? Or you're supposed to answer this
Yes, I
later
think
on.
that's a slide. Yes, exactly. That's a slide which we have. So psychological harm, social and political systems, and civil liberties are the three social, I'll say social impact areas which we consider in addition to whatever we used to do earlier for 42,000.
Okay, thank you so much, Ritvika. Moving forward to the next question. Okay, Gopal is asking how do we measure ethical and societal concern in the audit? How do we document?
So that's a good question. So again, I'll refer to here as a potential damage or the impact. Like we have, if I refer to ISMS, risk management, we generally follow two methods. It's qualitative or quantitative. We generally prefer quantitative, and then we have a qualitative reflection of the quantitative analysis. That's a typical best practices which we follow. But here it has to be a qualitative, and a lot of subjective inputs will be there. People whom we are interviewing as part of the audit will have a lot of debate at this point, because people might not agree to a same point because wherever there's an objectivity to it. But that's how at this point we are following. We are not in quantitative assessment at this point for 42,001, but I'm sure in the next years to come, in the next version, maybe we'll also get included. But at this point, it's a qualitative analysis. Yes.
All right, thank you so much. Can see another question that we have got from Dinesh. How can Mitri, I'm not sure how to pronounce it. It's MITRE, Mitri Atlas can be used with ISO 42001.
Sorry, I didn't get the question. If you can repeat the word which you just said.
It's how can Mitri, MITRE Atlas, EATLAS, Mitri Atlas can be used with ISO 42001.
I'm sorry, I'll not be able to answer this. I'm not able to get the question. Maybe I can take it at the end.
Maybe we can ask Dinesh to elaborate it in more detail, so we'll able to get it.
Once I visit the chat box, I will better understand the question. Let's keep for now. Come back to the question.
Okay, should I go for the next one?
Yes, one more question we can take at this point.
Okay, so Premnath is asking, nice session, Ritvika ma'am. Thank you a lot for insights. And when an organization is certified for ISO 9001, can we still go with AIMS ISO 42K? Is there any other certification needed for an organization as a prerequisite? Please advise.
Okay, so there are two parts to it. First answer is yes. If you are 9001 certified already, you can definitely go ahead for 42001 certification. Next, are there any additional requirements, right? Yes. So you have to ensure whether you are considering the ethical use or the societal impact for your IT systems, for your AI-based IT systems. That analysis needs to be done first. Basis that you can go ahead and take the steps, whatever you got.
Wonderful. Thank you very much, Ritvika, for answering this. Um,
So
so
shall
do
we
you
move
want me
on?
to take this? Okay, please go for
I'll
it.
come back to the questions again.
Okay, no worries.
Okay. Okay, so now talking about how do we manage the risk which we generate through our AI systems, AI engines, and what are the top priorities? One of the questions which we had in the very beginning itself, I had just touched upon DSPM. This is going to be one of the top priorities of 42001 implementation, because right at this point we now understand what is the level of exposure we have, the data exposure we have, and what is the expected potential damage we are running every day as we embrace AI as a technology. But we can't stop at this place and we can't look back. So we have to walk forward. So we need to know how to prioritize. We talked about priority, right? In the key challenges, how to prioritize risks. So this is where we're going to prioritize. These are the three aspects which we have to always ensure that the data security posture management has come as a separate offering itself. You'll find a lot of tools in the market already who are offering DSPM as part of their bundled, I'll say, offerings itself with respect to the existing tools they already have. And some of the tools I would like to take any brand name here because I mean, it's a brand agnostic session which we are having, but there are lots of tools in the market who are offering only DSPM. So that level of specialization has also come. So we need to ensure that we are choosing the right security partner at this point, and they will help us in understanding what is the data landscape we have in our AI systems. Already, is it exposed or not? If it is exposed, what is the level of exposure? How many systems total have been already exposed? What is that already in data safe? How many involved data vault we have? And what is the overall value of risk? Where do we stand? And how to start protecting them? Where to put that control? I know I have to put a security control. I know that there are certain risks in my existing data scape, but where and how? That answer the DSP vendor will give you. Or if you can develop your own internal capability surrounding data security posture management, that's wonderful. That also you can do. So DSPM is going to be your top or core priorities when we talk about AI risk management. Next, which is contextual data intelligence or CDI. CDI is going to be a new topic, a new offering in itself in the consulting domain. It talks about not data scanning. Till now, whatever we have been doing, it was related to data discovery. We used to have a lot of data discovery initiatives, tools, and this and that processes to run through our systems to identify very sensitive data. We used to follow regex method, and there are lots of methods by which you can do that. And then you run it through a DLP program. That's typically we used to do it. I'm sorry. Just one second. Sorry. So typically that used to be a DLP program which used to follow. But now things are changing. What we are going to do is a modern futuristic approach where we are not just talking about data discovery, we are also talking about metadata scanning. Very few tools in the traditional tools you will find which used to get into as deep as metadata. It was very rare. One or two were there, but it was not that one. But now with AI, since it is going into deep learning, it is going into supervised learning, unsupervised learning, we are using a lot of NLP-based text. So it is important for us to scan not just data, contextual data. CDI will help you with that. And then it is also going into the metadata scanning. So this is again going to be your second priority for AI risk management. Third is automated regulatory compliance and AI dashboards. So one of the key challenges in data collection methods, which we said that how to ensure that I'm complying to all the requirements of hundreds of data privacy regulations or the security regulations I have across the world. Can I have AI doing it for me? Can I have an integrated dashboard which is automated with all the regulatory compliance feeds? And from time to time, it gets updated as well. And I just need to ensure that, oh, I'm using this tool and I get the dashboard. My compliance status, where is the risk is, how to, I mean, even with some recommendations as well, some of the tools are there. So automated regulatory compliance with AI-powered dashboards is beautiful. I mean, already you will get a lot of partners in the market. Also, if you can, like I said, for DSPM as well, if you can build it as an internal competency, nothing like that, your risk even goes down. So for AI risk management, these three are going to be your top priorities. DSPM, data security, posture management. Next, contextual data intelligence, CDI, and automated regulation. We have to talk about automation. We can't look back. So these three are going to be my top three priorities when we are talking about AI risk management in 42,001 audit. So just to summarize before we get into the Q&A session. So we know at this point that data, how critical it can be. And it is also, I'm sure everyone will be agreeing to this, it is getting increasingly complex with every iteration, with every usage or every cycle of AI processing. So data is critical, definitely, and it is getting increasingly complex. How to manage it? That's a point where we should be pondering on. How to establish security controls for data command center. We used to talk about command center mostly from an incident standpoint, but now we have to incident and of course security and network standpoint, but now we have to start talking data command center as well, because data is also now getting explosively created. How to establish security controls at real time? Can we have a data command center in place to work on 24/7 mode? Develop data and AI diagnostic capability. Gone are those days where we talk about DLP incidents. Gone. We cannot hold tickets for hours, for days. It has to be in real-time processing. Real-time response time matters. So data and AI diagnostic capability in digital forensics is already a part of the offering, but if we can develop, and every day it is actually evolving. So if we can develop a competency in data and AI diagnostics, that will actually help us. Finally, automate the contextual data and AI intelligence program, as we said, so we can take care of automation is the future. We can't ignore that, and we have to, the quicker we can build an CDI intelligence program, which is automated as well with all the, powered with all the regulatory requirements, we can also establish the security control so that secure adoption of AI can also happen. So with this, I'd like to close and open the session for Q&A. Preetham, over to you. We can take all the questions, whatever time we are left.
Wonderful. Thank you very much, Ritvika, for such a insightful session. And yes, we'll be taking remaining question that we have received in the chat box. So I got a request from the Arun that earlier he asked the question during the session. Could you please answer my LLM related question raised initially? So the question was, will 42001 helpful for internal LLM of the SaaS product?
Yes, the answer lies with your DSPM. So DSPM will take care of all the internal models. And once you are integrating DSPM with your internal models, on top of that, you can put an agent, which is AI agent for CDI. So your ideal model should be DSPM integrated LLM plugged in with a CDI agent on top.
Wonderful. Thank you very much, Ritvika. Can see the another question that we have got from Shimul asking, are there any special considerations when dealing with health data?
Health data, yes, of course, we have Again, here, if we look into the automated regulatory compliance and AI dashboard segment, we have to include all the requirements, let's say HIPAA and whatever requirements we have. But specifically saying for if you want to look for a product which is built on ensuring PHI compliance in AI-based systems, as of now, there is no such definite solution, at least to my knowledge. But yes, you can configure the data posture management according to your PHI, do a discovery, and then contextual discovery, and then you can run an automated regulatory compliance. Yes, we can move to the next question, please. Rita?
I'm so sorry. I forgot to unmute myself. Ajay
Okay.
is asking a question. As India doesn't have any AI governance framework, which framework should be used for data governance in AIMS?
ISO 42001. That's the only global standard as of now. But I'm sure in the next 2 to 3 years, we are going to see at least some new AI governance models coming up, and 42001 is also ramping up for its next release.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Ritvika, for clarifying this. Another question we have got from Godson. How risky is it to rely solely on assurances by ISP or even website or app developers that AI data security or encryption is guaranteed?
Nothing is guaranteed at this point. I'm sorry to say that is the biggest concern because we have a lot of exposure related skeptical queries coming across all our clients. I mean, that is quite natural at this point. We don't have a definite safeguard at this point. But yes, 42001 comes with a set of annex controls like it has in 27001 as well. I am not authorized to share that because 42001 is a different I'll say lead implementer or lead auditor program. So as part of that, if you go for it, you will see a lot of controls which are already prescribed by the ISO standard itself. You can follow some of those, but nothing is 100% compliant, especially data encryption.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Ritvika, for clarifying this too. Can see the another question that we have got from Sudeep. Will DSPM be helpful for my client to assess maturity in their AI journey and provide recommendation to comply with AI related regulations?
Yes, again, then no as well. I'll clarify. Yes, DSPM can be of help, but do not expect AI to take full responsibility of taking decisions. You can definitely go and validate the recommendations thrown by a DSPM agent. But at this point, like I said, we are not ensuring data quality from whatever business suggestions, decision making, or any kind of data we are getting. That data quality is at this point very low, to be very honest, because it started off with a good confidence level, but as we are going through the public releases and exposure and it goes through supervised learning, the amount of quality feeds which we are getting is degrading every day at this point. So checkpoints are being still in R&D at this point. So what I'll suggest is you run your DSPM program, try to get it matured through supervised learning, and then don't allow your external data feeds to be fed through DSPM so that will help you in ensuring the data quality. And then the decisions, whatever it comes, get it validated through leaders and then before taking a business decision. That will be a safer method.
All right. Thank you very much, Ritvika. We'll be taking these questions, last two questions we have in the chat box, and after
Sure.
that, we'll proceed. And I would like to inform all the participants that I do have some great announcement for all of you. So stay connected till the end. The question that we have got from the Rutuja: how do an organization become ISO 42001 certified?
It's very similar to other ISO mandatory standards like 9001, for 27,000. You need to have a partner who will be helping you with the third-party audits, and that's how you can get certified. You need a certifying authority to do that.
Wonderful. The last question is Saurabh is asking, do we have any other standard by specific country wise?
Specific standard as in AI standards? if the question is specific AI standards, then no, at this point, ISO 42001, and there are a few subsequent non-mandatory guidelines or techniques we have, like 23894 and other a few standards. But 42001 is the only global standard for AIMS at this point, which is also certified.
Great. Thank you so much, Ritvika. Mm, we'll be taking this last question if you don't mind. I can see the
Sure.
question that we have got from Sanjay. Thanks, Ritika and Preetham. Okay, and okay, it's just appreciation. Thank you very much, Sanjay. Thank you very much for those kind words. Ritvika, thank you very much for answering all the questions. We have covered almost all the questions that we have got in the chat box. And thank you very much again for the amazing session and your time. We'll be definitely reaching out to you again if we schedule this session in the future. So before I move, yes. So before I move forward, would love to hear final thoughts from you for all the participants today.
Sure. Thanks, Pritham, and I should be thanking all the participants for asking such thought-provoking questions. And some of the questions I enjoyed answering because, like I said, these are some of the questions where all answers are not there as of now. We don't have complete safeguards in AI governance. A lot to mature as we move forward. But ISO 42001 is definitely a wonderful standard where we are getting our guardrails, our safety measures in terms of AI embracing. One close comment which I'd like to make, since I assume I'm addressing almost everybody comes with an auditing background or they have an interest to become an auditor in the future years. Think from an auditor's point of view, how you can utilize the power of AI without compromising your risk of exposure, which is a very difficult task. Whenever you go for an audit, try to collect evidences, how data is being stored or processed by the AI engines, because that is something which we never used to do earlier as a practice. So are these data getting replicated or shared, especially in case of a supervised learning? Are this data getting exposed to the public AI engines, or there is some kind of guardrail, some kind of security control in place to prevent that data leakage out of your network, even if you are using your, say, an AI partner? Are there security policies governed by your organization or your client's organization to stop that data leakage? If that can be ensured at this point, the risk of exposure comes down to a huge within control level. And typically, this risk value which we calculate is through ISO 31000. Do have your team ready to help you with to understand what is going to your revised risk appetite, because that will become your guiding star when we talk about AI governance and specifically speaking AI risk management. And AI risk management is not just 42001. Like for ISO 27001, we have a separate guideline, which is not definitely a mandatory standard for risk management, IT management, which is 27005, as well as for business risk, we have 31000. For 42001 also, we do have a specific standard, a few specific standards for AI risk management as well. So just not 42001, you should look beyond it. So that would be my closing comment to everyone.
Wonderful. Thank you very much for sharing such important things with all the participants today. And again, we are very grateful to have you for today's session, Ritvika. Thank you so much for kind words and amazing session. So yes, dear participants, let me share my screen. As I mentioned that I do have some great announcement for all of you. I hope my screen is visible to you all. So this is regarding certification. We do have certification on certified ISO 42001 2023 lead implementer and lead auditor. You can opt out for this certification. You can use this promo code, which is audit20, to get an amazing discount, which is 20% off. So please do grab this opportunity. I've shared the all offer details along with the link in the chat box, so you can just check it out. As you all must be aware that this certification that we provide is lifetime validated ones, and you will be getting learning resources where you'll be getting a lot of case studies to work on, e-learnings and book of knowledge. These certifications are lifelong learnings, which gives you learning flexibility, and you will be getting chance to connect with our training partner channel, and you'll be having opportunity to work on the capstone project, that is real-time AI simulation practice. So you'll be getting all these benefits with the certification. So do grab this opportunity and opt out yourself for the certifications. And also, I'm very happy to make this announcement that we do have this toolkit where this is completely free for our ISO webinar attendees. And how this toolkit will help you. It will help you to find out the gap analysis checklist. You can check. You'll be getting 100 plus audit questions, and you'll be getting book of knowledge and ChatGPT cheat sheet. As you can see, I've shared the link in the chat box. I'll share it again if you want once I've done with this announcement. So just do not miss this. Just check this out. We have made this toolkit specifically for our all the ISO webinar attendees. So please do check this. And this is another toolkit, utility tool that we have for all of you, where you can use this promo code, which is August 100 to get 100% off. And this is only for our webinar attendees. So how this tool will helping you, it will help you to improve your LinkedIn profile score, your skill score, AI skill score, and also it will help you to build your personal brand over the LinkedIn. So this is an amazing tool. I have personally used it. So please grab this opportunity and get 100% off on this and use this. And also, I would love to make this announcement that tomorrow we'll be having the last session of this webinar series, and we'll be having Dineshin Pillai with us, and he'll be taking us through the topic that is managing corrective action and driving continuous improvement in ISO 42001. So please do join this session as well without any miss. We have scheduled this on 26th September, that is tomorrow on Friday, with the same time slot, that is 8:30 a.m. Central and 9:30 p.m. Singapore time. Also, you all must be aware that we are running this AI tool challenge as well. We'll be having this session exact after 45 minutes. In this challenge, we'll be having a AI expert, and they'll be giving us a live demos on the AI tools with practical walkthroughs. This session has started from 18 August with a time slot that is 10:30 a.m. Central and 11:30 p.m. Singapore time. Do join us. We do have remaining challenges as well. We have extended this challenge till 3rd of October. So please do join us. And also you can refer your friends and colleagues. By doing that, you can earn rewards that is worth $400. And you just remember one thing, referring people to powerful session, you're already taking a step ahead to become a thoughtful leader. And by doing that, you can enhance your credibility. And guess what? Top 3 winners will be featured on the GSDC Wall of Fame. As you can see, we have these 3 winners who have referred maximum people to this session. So let's congratulate to them, Nisha, Titi Lope, and Kotha Ramkumar. Let's congratulate to them. Also, if you want to check how many points that you have earned so far by referring maximum people, would love to quickly show you how the leaderboard looks and how you can access. So you just simply have to go to our event page. I hope my screen is visible. Here is the event page. So you just have to scroll down little bit. You'll able to see the search bar. Here you have to search your name. You can see this top 3 winners that I mentioned earlier: Nisha, Titi Lope, and Kota Ramkumar. These are the winners. You can see your name. Just type here and search how many points that you have earned for so far for this session. So you can do this for each webinar that we do have. Coming back to the main slide. All right. In case if you want to be a speaker for our upcoming event as a featured global speaker, you can definitely reach out to us, as we do have platforms like Learning Capsule, webinars, and the podcast. So you can grab this opportunity and you can just contact us in case if you want to be speaker for our upcoming events. And also, we would love to connect with you all over the social media. You can scan this QR to connect with us over the LinkedIn. You can explore our website, that is www.gsdcouncil.org, to get more details and check all the offerings that GSDC has for all of you. And connect with us over the WhatsApp group to get daily update on events and webinars that we do have, boot camps, right? And at last, do not forget to share your reviews on the Trust Pilot. You'll find the link in the chat box. So thank you everyone for joining today's session. I hope to see you all for tomorrow's session as well, and upcoming GSTC session. Please do join us, and thank you everyone. Until then, I hope to see you all for the next session. Thank you. Bye bye. Take care. Bye, Ritvika. Thank you.
Thanks, Pritham. Thanks, everyone. Bye bye.